So last time when I had uploaded a video, I said that I'll be regular with uploading these videos. Uh, but there's a saying that old habits die hard. So here I am again recording a video after a month, and I'll be uploading it soon too. So this time I have come up with a topic called why you should create your own compendium or an encyclopedia. So this is a really nice topic, and I have been personally following this. So that's why I thought, why shouldn't I make a video on this? So a compendium is a system, like it is a collection of information and knowledge on a specific body of topic. So to put things into like simpler perspective, you don't need to create a big fat encyclopedia or a compendium. In Gen Z way, you can just create a compendium light. Or to put things into more simpler words, you just need to create a knowledge bank of yourself. Like because like personally, when I started reading newspaper, at that time I could just like find the things that, yeah, I have been upgrading my knowledge. I have been like able to recall some of the stuff, at least the headlines, but you need to like grab the meat of the article too, because that's the main part of it. So at that time, after like going through hell lot of videos on YouTube, some blogs on Medium and all, I found that I should create a notebook for myself, a knowledge bank. So you can create your own compendium. So like I bought this notebook. It is of Dom's brand. It has 160 pages. So the spiral notebook I bought. So what I did was I just went on to Chat GPT and told it my reading genres and what type of content I am interested in, and my end goal with this knowledge bank. So currently I am into reading newspapers daily. The Indian Express I read. Also I read magazines like the Philosophy Now or The Economist. I'm not really regular with these magazines, but I try to read them as often as possible. So this was the main reading part of a week which I read. And also I add on some fiction or a non-fiction book as per my likings of that week, and also what books are available in the library, which I found really attractive at that time. Like just like I have this book, like I issued this last time. It is Republic by Plato. So it was really fancy looking and a famous book, so I bought it this time. Yeah, coming back to the topic. So like you need to tell your genres, your type of content which you read, and give it a specific goal, why you are creating this knowledge bank or your compendium. Okay, so my goal was to improve my vocabulary, improve my English expressions, and also I wanted to retain the knowledge, the flesh of the articles as much as possible. So, like, I wanted to note down some summaries, some key points, bullet points from those articles or any other books that I have been reading. So your goal can be completely different or can be completely same, depends on you. So what chat gpt did was it gave me certain divisions for this notebook, and like told me just make this division from this page number to this page number, this division from this to this. So personally I divided my notebook into 7 sections. So once 160 pages are divided into 7 sections. So the first section that I have created is the index and legend section. So in this I simply put down what, like just the uh, title of that article, because what happens is that after you start writing in this knowledge bank, it will grow and it will be very difficult to find you certain topics, certain good topics. So you can just quickly come down in this index section and just write down the title, so that this finding stuff gets easier. So the second division was the vocab and expressions. So I wanted to improve my vocabulary, but I had been coming across these new words and I was just skipping those. And sometimes I was finding their meaning too, but it was that finding the meaning was meaningless for me because I was not retaining them. So I started writing down those new words and their meaning in just a single line in this notebook. And also I have noted down some of the quotations and expressions also. Like I can also share some of them. So there is this really famous one from Voltaire. I disapprove of what you say, but I will defend to the death your right to say it. Also from this The Republic by Plato, like I really found this quotation interesting, was that the heaviest penalty for declining to rule is to be ruled by someone inferior to yourself. But yeah, these kind of sound narcissistic, but yeah. See, this one is really nice. The future may not be about machines replacing humans, but about humans outsourcing their emotions to machines. So, enough for the quotations and stuff. So, let's move on with the video. So, the third division was ideas and reflections. So, in this section, what I'm currently writing is some new ideas which I have found. Like recently, when I was reading an article on in the magazine Philosophy Now, so in that I found the concept of utilitarianism, the social contract by John Locke, Jean-Jacques Rousseau. So all these things I have been writing down in this section, because this is a thing which can be really helpful in writing essays or participating in like debates and all, because these things matter. And the fourth section was notes and summaries from books and articles. This is the particular section which I have been filling the most, because daily on the daily basis there's this really nice editorial or some of the articles in the Indian Express or the Economist. So yeah, I have been putting down the summaries of each of them in about 3 to 4 bullet points maximum, because like I have found this habit of writing down, because when we write down stuff, it really gets emboldened in our minds and it just stays there. Also, you can create this division of facts, figures, and data, because in today's time, wherever you speak, you should speak with facts and figures, because this they add weight to your points. Also, there's this section called random sparks and observations, and the seventh one is monthly recap and insights. So like this is a notebook in which you will be like putting down your thoughts, putting down the knowledge that you have gained. So also some of you might think that why shouldn't I just go on and create a digital version of this, like go on Obsidian, Notion, or any other platform. But my friend, I'll suggest you to just first try this with pen and paper. Try it for a month or so, just to get the feel, because there's this really good study. You should also like read it. So there's this saying, you must have heard that pen is mightier than the sword, but the study says that pen is mightier than the keyboard in today's context. So many of us, even I have tried Obsidian, Notion, but you will come down to pen and paper soon, because when you write with pen and paper, it stays with you longer, because it engages your mind more than it it engages your mind more. Like also there's another study which says that the people who write on a notebook rather than digital devices tend to have a better memory retrieval too. So yeah, you should please write this down in a notebook only. Don't make some digital version of it. And if you want to preserve all your notes, all your thoughts, just you can make a PDF of this compendium in 2 to 3 months, just to preserve this digitally. But again, please do this on the pen and paper. So this particular system is my personal system, and I find this really helpful for myself. There can be a case where this is really absurd for you in your particular scenario, so you should go ahead and create a system which suits your perspective, your viewpoints. Okay, because compendium is also of various types. A compendium can be on just single topic. A single topic can be philosophy, or even you can dig down just on metaphysics in philosophy. A compendium can be created just for metaphysics. So there is no like stoppage for you to just like don't create one, but personally, I don't have that much deep knowledge currently on any of the topics. So what I did is to, like, first of all, like, widen my breadth of knowledge, and then like start digging in. So currently my this knowledge bank just focuses on general things, write down as much as possible, gather as much as possible, instead of digging in one topic. Also, you can just go through this notebook once in a while, once in a month, every like third Sunday of a month. You can create this ritual of your, like, I'll go through this notebook every third Sunday of the month, just to revise. Like, revision is also a word with negative stigma attached to it in our education system. Instead, like, you should put some like crazy scientific term to it, like to re-engage your mind with the pursuit of knowledge. Yeah, like something like that. Just don't say revision, because it'll just turn you off and you will never do this. Okay, so to become intelligent or wise, you need to read, because reading is a privilege in today's time. Most of the people are not reading, and there is a really, really small fraction of those people who read and then retain the stuff. So, retention is the crucial thing you need to follow, because you can read thousands and thousands of articles, really great articles, but there's no point if you don't remember them. Okay, so also the practice of summarizing the chapter, article, essay, like, reinforces the reading habit, and it just emboldens in your subconscious mind. And when you just go ahead and revisit all those topics which you wrote down, it'll just reinforce it, and it'll just force into your mind like something like the Damascus steel. Yeah. So also, like, I try to do this. Imagine yourself as some crazy ass old historic time philosopher or a scientist who's just writing down his knowledge in on a notebook. To put things into simpler perspective, you can imagine, yeah, if you have like watched Vampire Diaries, there's this Elena Gilbert's great grandfather had this compendium kind of a thing, only how to study, like how to kill a vampire. He had written all those stuff in his notebook, and they all, like, they gather knowledge from it, and then go ahead and try to kill that vampires and all, using that device they create. So you can also create similar compendium for at least yourself, for your future self, for reading it like 6 months ahead, year or two, even your generations can read it if you preserve them well. Okay, so yeah, that's all for the compendium. But if I talk about more on the pursuit of knowledge, and what currently I am focusing upon is, I'm trying to make my journey in a T shape, because in the T, the horizontal line, like, it represents the breadth of knowledge that you gain, and the vertical line represents the depth of knowledge you gain. So first, increase the breadth as much as possible. Okay, and then try to go ahead and dig deep in some particular topics you find interesting on that spectrum of topics that you have read already. Okay, so yeah, your goal should be just to be slow and consistent. Like, keep on writing something or the other in this notebook, and you'll start, like, you'll slowly start feeling this. Yeah, I have created this really nice knowledge bank for myself. And even if you are like preparing for any government exams or any other things like UPSC or stuff, it can help you there too. You need to write essays, you need to write good answers in it, you need to have certain good points with you. And personally, I'm not making this knowledge bank to clear any exam. It is just my hobby. It is just my passion to gain as much as knowledge as I'm possible, humanly possible. But I know there's a limitation to all these stuff. Okay, also please don't mind if I was looking down, because like I just put down some of the pointers in my diary, and then I speak, just because I try to, like, don't cut the video in the editing. I try to do it as minimal as possible, as I have talked about this in the earlier videos too. And this was just raw, real, natural take on this topic. I really don't, like, try to research really deep, like create some Johnny Harris type videos. No, 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 no. My videos are raw, real, and there are a lot of times when I'm just fumbling a lot, where I'm going off track. But I believe that that is the charm of these videos, right? because I want to see myself growing in this journey where I'm able to speak flawlessly like Peterson or some other big personality. So yeah, that was all for today's video, and I have an idea for the next video too. I had read this great article on Substack, so I'll be sharing that with you guys soon. So until then,